Hi. What went through your heart when you heard? They told you on Friday, correct? Is that when they?
Well, we were called in on Wednesday and told that they had detained somebody, so we've had a couple more days to process this. I don't feel like I thought I would. I've always said that I would be screaming on the rooftops, but we're not. It's sad. While there's somebody that's been arrested, there is, our lives for 5.5 years have been in a search mode, and that's what we've done. And you get up and it's like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. So we're all just kind of feeling our way and figuring out what our purpose is now. What do we do next? How do we help? That's what we want to know, is how do we help now to make sure we have the right person, to make sure there's a conviction, to come to a total final resolution.
This is a journey into money. Loads of money.
So wait, why would they need this team to pull data from a phone that they say that they physically have? Did the killer delete the video, or do investigators not have her phone? Is this the connection to Klein? The girl's clothes being taken off and left in the river? Was that to make it look like it was a child predator that did this? The crime scene being odd, I think, was odd because the person that did this was not previously a killer and hadn't killed before, but wanted to make it look like he was. Were these murders set up to look like an internet crime for money?
This is a journey into money. Loads of money.
Probable cause affidavit, everything has a date and a time. Everything but when Alan went and told the officer that he was on the bridge that day and told him what he was wearing. Was it before the photo was released to the public?
Tony, if elected, will the double homicide investigation change?
Change in what manner?
Any manner. I mean, ramp up, move, whatever.
There are people that work this, as I said before, that is a top priority case for not just me, it's for the entire sheriff's department, it's for the Indiana State Police, it's mostly for the families, the Williams family, the German family. They are what drives us every day. And things are very positive. I'll leave it at that. Things are very positive right now. Nothing would change. We bring people in. We have help. Things are going well.
Okay. Mark, if you're elected, there's a rumor that you're going to downsize or shut down the double homicide. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I'm
that's
just
fine.
saying.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's out there. Like I said before, the internet is a great place to share information when it's good information. However, no, that's absolutely false. Why would I do that? That's nonsense. It will ramp up. I will tell you that. I know Tony said that nothing will change. Something will change with me. I'm not going to get into it right now because I'm just not going to be the one to give false hope or anything like that to Miss Patty, who's here, that I see. I have also worked on that case. And from the very beginning, I wanted to be involved the day of. I didn't get there until day 4. Had a team that was ready to go. Was told to contact another agency to get the go-ahead. We finally did. When elected, I pledged to do everything that I can to make that better.
Tony, and this is from the community, some of these others are, but we have lost 2 of the detectives working on the double homicide with only you remaining. I don't know that that's a true statement, that only you are remaining. But how will the void be filled if you're elected?
Are they saying we've lost 2 detectives, Carroll County detectives?
Yeah. And if you're elected, it's the assumption that you will lead that investigation as well on the level that you're at right now.
Correct. I will still remain involved with that,
Yeah.
but the core of the general core of this investigation group would stay, and we would just incorporate one of our guys into that and get them up to speed. And actually, that's not always a bad thing. Someone coming in, it always has that opportunity to see something that maybe there wasn't seen in the beginning to start with.
Mm-hmm.
There is a team that is ready at any given point to assist. Assuming when I'm elected, Tony wishes to stay, obviously. His knowledge of the case is important. Won't discount that a bit. But he'll have some help.
So there's a team someplace?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark, this is going to you first. I've been hearing a lot from you way, but that's what I heard. So why, I mean, I feel like you're almost thinking, we don't know what we're doing, we need a lot of help, and if all that help is needed and out there, is it only available if you're sheriff? And then Tony, your part of it would be, hey, is there room for outside entities? Is there a better way? Do we need to build better bridges to support our small office?
So, these groups, these people that I say are available, they can be available now, they're not asked.
We reach out for training to, I mean, you have to. Lafayette they can't do all their own training. They do probably 98% of their own training. But yes, we have to reach out. I'm an instructor. There are things that we can do. We have firearms instructors. There's emergency vehicle operations. We are very self-sufficient, but you can't do it all. There's no homicide training that we can give each other. There's no crime scene training that we can do, any of that stuff. So we reach out and go to trainings all the time that are not within the department.
I don't want it to come across in a negative way, but this is more for you, Tony. My understanding is that you were promoted into second in command. So why are we waiting? Why are we waiting for you to take office before we start?
Like I said at the beginning, I went into chief deputy because of one of the primary, so the sheriff said, we might as well bring you on board and start learning more sheriff things. I still have cases that I'm working. I'm a detective. I'm a detective first. I have a high profile case that we're working hard on every day. I don't have any, I can make all kinds of suggestions and do those things. It's still out of my hands regardless. But I'm still primarily, my job duties are detective.
Can I add to that? I will create a culture of excellence. Basically, people will want to work with me because that's what I have now. People want to work with me. So that's where I come in.
I've done that. Y'all just talked about all the guys that are backing me. I've created that culture for me. Well, again, I won't speak to current administration, but we have that culture. They want to work hard. They want to do that for me.
But shouldn't they want to do that for the citizens of the county?
Right, no, I 100% agree. But why can he say that, create a culture? I'm telling you, that culture's already there.
Yeah, but you said for you, so that's why I just wanted to make sure that people understand it's not about serving you, it's about serving the community.
Mark said that he would create a culture around him, and I'm just saying that culture is there.
I actually have two questions. Tony, this is for you. So back in 20, you said that you checked on body camera prices. So I'm sitting here and I found all kinds of grants just sitting here. So I'm kind of curious as to why you
My job as a detective, I was asked to look at and get quotes for the sheriff for body cameras. I did what was asked for me, I gave them to the sheriff. That's what I was asked to do.
My second question then is, you just said that you have two positions, you're a detective and chief deputy, right? So now you could be doing that, but you haven't done that. So technically, you've got two positions that no one really fulfill one of them. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah, I'm doing detective stuff.
Yeah, you've got two positions, but you only really fulfill one of them.
Correct. Right. Okay.
I'm going to give you a scenario and then I'm going to ask you both a question, okay? Several months ago, got contacted by a retired West Lafayette police detective. Said he had someone that needed to be checked out that had been brought to his attention regarding the Delphi brokers. Wanted to know if I had anybody I could get a hold of. I said, sure. I personally contacted the sheriff. He said, I know the guy, and he said, I'll have somebody contact him. 2 weeks later, this West Lafayette detective contacted me back and he said, nobody's ever contacted me. So I made arrangements for him to meet with a Indiana State Police detective from Peru. How would you handle that? Would you just drop the ball and forget it? Or would you be responsible and send somebody or have somebody contact someone, especially a retired police officer that has somebody in mind that may or may not have been involved in the case?
Who do you want to start that?
Let's start with Mark.
That would be handled swiftly. I would have just simply done what is needed to be done. Made contact. If I didn't make contact myself, I would have had someone that I knew was going to do the same as I would, and they would have made contact with that individual that was called in.
Thank you. Tony?
Yeah, same thing. If I was a sheriff and I didn't immediately call him back, I would have a detective or someone that's involved with the case contact him back.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You stated, Mark, that you were going to create a culture of excellence. Can you explain the difference, both of you, between that and the Good Old Boy Network?
Randy, you want to start, please? Oh, wait, did you want Mark to start? Okay. Go ahead, Tony.
So I think, you guys all clap on the good old boy thing. There's nobody that wears a blue shirt that has any animosity towards Mark. I feel like I broke the good old boy nonsense, and now I'm standing up here, won the primary for the Republican Party to be the sheriff of Carroll County. I broke that mold. A culture of excellence is getting people to follow you, to do what it takes to make Carroll County safe, and excel at doing it. There's no good old boy. I'm not the good old boy.
So a culture of excellence that I bring up is just that. It is everybody on that department doing the best they can. They have integrity in it. What I mean by integrity is doing the right thing every time, even though nobody's watching. That's what I will create. That's what I'll insist on having every single day. And that's what is a culture of excellence.
Okay, one last question for you. I've been at the budget hearings, and I heard today, I think, I'm just going to go ahead and say, the sheriff came in today and spoke to the council. It was a public meeting, so I feel justified in saying this. He was saying, yeah, we need the money, but then the other statement he made was, depending on the outcome of this election, we're having a mass exodus from the county, from the sheriff's department. Now that's the comment that got made to the council. I was sitting there when it was made. How would either of you trying to handle that or prevent it or whatever? I don't care. Tony, I guess.
You mean prevent a mass exodus? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The only thing that's gonna cause people to leave, it's not Mark Pinker. We don't have a problem with Mark Pinker. So
close.
Let's make this clear. Nobody's mass exiting if Mark Pinker wins. If the sheriff said that, you'll have to talk to him. But I'm assuring you, if people leave, it's because they can't pay their bills and they can no longer protect Carroll County adequately. If we're jailing, we can't protect you. That's why people will leave. It's not Mark Pinker.
Mark, you want to?
Do I even need to respond to that?
I don't know. Do you have a need to respond to
I think
that?
somebody needs to take that up with the sheriff if that's what it said. I don't know what I can say to that. I don't know what matters when I win the election. If they decide to choose to leave, I can't make them stay if that's their decision. But I think pay will help. If pay right now, because I can't speak for the sheriff, But right now, they're looking at getting the pay raise. Last year, they weren't looking at getting the pay raise. The year before that, they weren't looking at getting the pay raise to this extent. Maybe people need to look into that a little bit further. If this is what it took to give these guys more pay, great, I'm succeeding. If this is what it takes to get them body cameras, I'm succeeding.
Oh, absolutely. I attend the Methodist church out here, right behind here. Dot needs to be in the jail.
Well, I got a question. You're the chief deputy. Why aren't you pushing that? Why aren't you doing something to get them back in there?
Again, I do detective stuff. If I don't, no, Sue, listen to me. Don't shake your head, please. Just give me a second to answer you. You want me to solve this case. You want me to solve this case. But then you also say, why aren't you pushing for this? Why aren't you? I'm in a no-win situation, so I do the best that I can.
And I'm not pointing this just directly at you.
We just did.
Well, I know, but I'm saying as chief deputy, you know, you can't just be a detective all the time. If you took over the chief deputy stuff, you need to be doing that part of it too. How is there enough time in the day for you to have family and to do both jobs?
Thank you. Amen. Just because I'm chief deputy doesn't mean your husband was sheriff. That doesn't mean I can change what Toad thinks.
I agree with that.
Okay,
But
so,
you have influence.
so I have a pretty high-profile case that I'm working on. I'm the only detective now. I do the best that I can for everybody that I can.
Okay, other questions? Becky?
Okay. It's obvious we're short-staffed. Mark, you have said over and over that there's help there waiting to help us. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care which one wins. Are you still willing to help our county? And are you willing to accept help for our county?
Yes, I do help this county. As far as other cases, other more serious cases, my department sent me here to work with Tony, with Kevin, with other agencies. So yes, that help is still there, no matter what.
But you were saying there were groups. There were groups waiting to help. Are those groups still willing to help if you're not sheriff?
Yes. The groups that I'm speaking about have been turned down for help.
Tony.
The groups have not been turned down. The groups that, if we're talking about drug task force, when we have things that need work in the drug task force realm, we contact state police. State police is working with Lafayette, Tippecanoe County. Regardless, I don't have a problem with Mark, Lafayette Police Department. I don't have a problem with Lafayette Police Department, Tippecanoe County. We're all good old boys. All of us are good old boys, and we will help in whatever way we need.
I'm not a good old boy.
And I know, and I'm called for it. If there's something I need, and it deals with Lafayette, I call Mark. And the same thing, if something that happens in Carroll County, he needs me, he calls me. That's how it works. I'm not an adversary with Mark Pinkert or Lafayette or anybody. We're all gonna work together all the time. If we need something, Lafayette will send guys from their drug task. It's not adversarial. It really is not.
On this, you said that help has been refused. Why?
I don't know what help he's talking about.
There have been agencies that have offered help to different cases. Won't get into which cases they are. TBI for one of them, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. They have wanted to help. And they have.
Okay.
Not only do I have the training, but I use it on a daily basis. The skill comes with using the training on a daily basis. Been a polygraph examiner for criminal cases for a number of years. I have the training that we don't have to spend thousands of dollars from this county because I've already got it. I have training that's no longer available from the FBI, from the Secret Service. I've been in Hoover, Alabama to do some amazing things with computers. The team of people that I have worked with for a number of years fully back me. I know Tony says the deputies back him. I would fill this room with supporters from my department. I know that. I'm your independent candidate for sheriff. Make sure that when you vote, you don't have to choose. That choice will be taken from you if you choose a party. Go through and look for the best candidate. And when you do that, you're going to find me as your independent candidate. Thank you.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave.